Good morning, everybody. I am back on the river. Looks like I might be set up for a full day's work. That's because I am. I will go prospecting. Ty and Jeff at Midwest Gold Prospecting. You'll recognize this little dude here. This is what I'm going to be using today, and I'll bring these back on when I got something to show you. Alrighty, this will be bucket number one. I don't know if I'm going to watch the or do the whole thing with you watching it. I don't even know if you can see it. Classified the half inch. Some of it's from the bottom of the hole. Probably going to have to give the sluice a little more pitch. I will. So we'll just pause it a minute. Okay. Try again. Oh, I see what's going on. There we go. Now I gotta turn it down some. All right, run some of this. Running too fast now. After I get this tuned, I'll be able to get through a bucket. Maybe I'm running a little too hot. Maybe still. That's probably just about right there. Okay. All right, I'm not going to be watching all this all day long, so I'll let you watch me feed some here. There we go. There we go. All right, I'm gonna pause you and I'll bring you back on after a bit. All right, here goes bucket number 2, and then I'm probably going to have to clean out that tub I got the tailings going into. There's what's left in there. See that big garnet there? You may see that big garnet. Anyhow, we're going to start it up, and I'm going to pause you and bring you back on. I got something to show you. Okay, this second bucket filled my concentrate tub. Or not my concentrate, my tailings tub. And it's going to start making my pump labor, so I'm going to have to stop and I'm going to have to clean out. And I'll bring you back on and show you if I get anything worthwhile. Okay. I told you this is the cleanup from the second bucket. And I'm finally getting some decent color. A little bit there. Deeper I go, the better it is. No matter what they tell you about the flood gold, everybody works this area. So I'm set up. I cleaned out the tub, set up, get another bucket. I'll run 2 buckets and then I'll go clean out again. And I'll bring you back on when I got something else to show you. Okay, this is going to be bucket number 3. Got my tailings pond cleaned out and I got my everything set up to go. Another bucket. This one has the clay in it. I finally got down to the clay. It's just starting it now, so I'm going to go ahead and run this and I'll bring you back on when I'm done. This will be bucket number 4. I'll let you watch the beginning of it. You don't fall over. And we'll see how we do after the 4th bucket. Everything silts up, man. Got a couple rocks with clay on them in here, just rinsing them off to start. Not enough clay to suit me yet, but every time you dig in this hole, more stuff starts to fall in from the side. That's the way holes are, so. Then as you get into the clay, you got to slow down, try to make sure it's broke up. Get some water and gravels in your scoop and shake it, mix it up. Try to get some kind of little bit of a slurry going. After this bucket, I'm going to take a break, have lunch. I'm going to try for 8 buckets today. We'll see what happens. I'll show you the hole here in a minute, and then I'm going to pause you. So let me do that. There's the hole right there. And every time I get too close there, gravel start to fall in from the side. Not that they can't be gold bearing, but more likely to get it with the clay. The clay's at the bottom, so I'll bring you back on after I run this bucket. All right, now maybe it's the material. I'm getting down to the bottom of that hole. It's heavier material, but this pump was struggling to find water there. It's back in this corner over here, and this thing is full. So, I mean, I had to stop this time. So I'm going to go ahead and clean it out, and I'll bring you back on after I'm done. Okay, so I'm fanning out the cons, and I got specks of gold showing up all over the place. So I figured I'd bring you along, let you watch me do this. So you can see right there at the top, I already got a couple specks right there. So we'll see what happens. Washing some down. Push them up in there. Oh boy. Still flour gold, but there's more of it. And I'm washing it down. That's tiny stuff. Jeez. I don't know. It hardly seems worth it to me. I did a lot of work for that little bit of gold there. It's right up there. About maybe 10 pieces. About 10 pieces down in there. So I'll snuffer them up and take a break. And I'll bring you back on when I decide what I'm going to do next. Video update. After careful consideration, I cleaned out that thing. I'm set up to run again. I'm going to work the bottom of that hole, try to get that clay for one more bucket, maybe two. And that's going to be it for the day, because if I can't get better pay than that out of it, well, there's just got to be a better place to dig. So I'm going to pause you, and I'll bring you back on after I have my lunch, and we'll see what we get. All right, just a few things before we start. When I was on that permission the other day, I was breaking apart bedrock. This is what it looks like. This came out of the bottom of that hole there. And there's a little tiny bit of clay there, here and there, but there's not that much of it. So I'm on bedrock. I was breaking that loose with the shovel. And I'll get this one more bucket here, and that's what I'm going to run, and then I'm going to push all that stuff back in the hole, because that's what you do. Now, I'm going to run this, and I'll bring you back on for the cleanup. Okay, so here's the cleanup. I finally got some decent gold out of the bottom of that hole. Gold you can see in the pan. And yeah, I may not fill that hole in after all. So anyhow, I'm going to clean this mess up. And I might come back tomorrow if I get my dredging permit, which I'm still waiting for. The bureaucrats do things their own speed. I might just set up my suction dredge and clean out the bottom of that hole. But I already got someplace else picked out. So anyhow, yeah, there you go. Anybody that tells you that you can just roll over a rock, take your scoops and scoop up some gravels and get a whole bunch of gold, is probably misleading you. So anyhow, I'm going to snuffer this up. I'm going to do a snuffer dump, so I'm just going to pause you, and I'll bring you back on when I'm ready to do that. All right, everybody. This is my so far, this trip to New Hampshire. And it's shaping up. I say it's shaping up. There's my finger for reference. Finally starting to get to some bigger gold. Now, I know there's bigger gold here because I talked to a fella that invited me to where he works, his claim, called a claim. It's not really a claim in New Hampshire. And he showed me. He got a nice picker day before yesterday when I was with him. Okay, he was dredging with a 4-inch dredge, and he had a boulder almost the size of that one across the river there, all but cleaned out all around. So I just want you to know that anybody that wants you to believe that you can come out here and dig behind a boulder, say that one right up there, with a scoop, okay, and come up with a bunch of pickers and some real nice gold first try, is misleading you. They're misleading you. So you know what I'm going to say. It's a beautiful afternoon, almost evening, early evening, and I'm going to clean this up, and I'll probably be back here tomorrow because I'm finally starting to get to some decent shiny. And until then, I'll see you all next time I see you.